Hey, everybody. I wanted to share with you a couple of funny stories that happened while I've been camping over the last month or so. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, so the first story. I was camping off by myself in dispersed camping in the national forest. I don't remember even where I was, but I was by myself. It was the middle of the week. There were no other campers anywhere around. And I was in the bus. I was editing my novel and I let the dogs out and let them run. And so I hear a car come by and I didn't think anything of it because, I'm in dispersed camping. And then I hear this horn honk really close. So I'm like, what the hell? So I go outside the bus and there's this car there and it's a dude and his daughter. And so he rolls down the window and he says, "Hey, are those your two little like dachshund dogs?" And I said, "Yes." And he says, "Well, you better call him back and you better call him back right away." And the daughter's like, "Yeah, you better get him back here quick." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Oh, they're chasing a wolf up the hill." I said, "No, no, no, it's not a wolf. It's my other dog." So I called all the dogs back and they got to meet Django and Jack and Juno and they loved the dogs, of course. They thought they were great. But I guess from a distance he kind of does look like a wolf. And they weren't even coming there to camp. They were just going down the road, just checking things out, I guess. And yeah, they said they lived in the area. But that's story number 1. Story number 2, it's a little indelicate. It's about bodily waste. Shit and piss. So everybody has to shit, everybody has to piss, and as nomads, we don't just get to flush it down the sewer system, we have to get rid of it. So me personally, I have a cassette toilet, and it holds about 5 gallons. I never let it get that full because that's just disgusting. And I never put any paper, and I never put baby wipes, and I never put chemicals at all in my toilet. So usually if there's not a pit toilet or a porta potty close by, then I'll dig a cat hole. And I dig them really deep and really wide. Well, and then I cover them up. After I dump my toilet, I cover it back up and I put rocks or whatever I can find to put over top of it. It's all good, right? I've been doing this for years. No problem. And so at this camp where we were a couple of weeks ago, I think it was in Colorado. Pretty sure it was in Colorado. Um, anyway, the dogs and I were there by ourselves, and there were a couple of other campers around, but not many. And a couple days before I wanted to leave, I noticed Django digging a hole. And then Jack and Juno got in on it. So I figured they were digging a hole for a critter. And I thought, hey, half my work will be done. I can just use that same hole. And so I went over and inspected the hole after they got through doing whatever. I guess they chased the critter out or whatever. And it was a pretty good size hole, but I knew that I would need to have to, deepen it, widen it. And so the day came for us to leave. And so I decide, okay, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to deepen this hole and I'm going to widen this hole. And then I'm going to dump my toilet. And that's the last thing I do before we head out to our new campsite. So I get the shovel and I'm digging away. And it took me, I guess, at least 20 minutes to get the hole to the size big enough that I felt comfortable dumping my toilet in. I didn't see anything in that hole except some rocks, dirt, and a few little roots, little tiny roots. And so I thought, okay, cool. So I get my toilet, right? And I dump my toilet in the hole. Y'all, I feel so bad still to this day. As soon as I get through dumping the toilet, flying up out of this hole is a little critter. He's covered in shit and piss. And it wasn't a squirrel because, squirrels don't live underground, but it was too big to be a chipmunk. So in the flash of a moment that I got to see the shit and piss covered little critter, I think it might have been a ferret or a weasel or maybe even a groundhog. I don't know. And I had figured with me digging and the dogs had been digging, that whoever's home that was, they had relocated. Not the case. And I didn't even see any little critter holes in the hole that I was digging. I feel so bad to this day. And the thing comes flying up out and heads down the hill. Well, at the bottom of the hill, there's a creek. And I'm like calling after it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I felt so bad. God. And it hasn't happened since, and it had never happened before. But oh my gosh, that poor little critter. I hope it doesn't have PTSD or something from it. And I hope it got down to the creek and got a good bath. But oh my God, y'all, I felt terrible. I felt really terrible, but you have to admit it is kind of funny. Oh, there's so many crazy things that happen living the life of a nomad, but I thought you guys might enjoy a little laugh. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.